not. I'm with Bushwhack apps, bushwhack.co. And we really love this app called Map My Run. It's amazing. You can get turn-by-turn GPS directions while you're out jogging, so you would get lost in your own neighborhood. It'll tell you how far you've gone, how fast you've gone, and when you're done running, it'll let you post that all to Facebook. The only problem is, I'm not a jogger. I'm a disc golfer. And disc golfers don't have this app. They don't have an app that will help them find their way around a disc golf course. If you've ever been to a disc golf course, you'll know that there's no way to find your way around a disc golf course. No signs, no nothing. So I begged my team to help me build an app to solve my personal problem. But, as it turns out, it's not just me. This is also a problem for the people that we called up and validated our problem with, who are a bunch of other disc golfers. And they said, not only is this a big enough problem, but if we actually deliver the features that we're talking about, they pay for the app. So, great. We have a business model. Small one, but a business model. So we have Android, iPhone store, and then we also found out that, well, as it turns out, people who go disc golfing like to go grab a beer or like to eat afterwards. And the local businesses that surround disc golf courses said that they would be happy to sponsor those courses within the app with promos so that folks who are participating can then use those retailers who are nearby right afterwards. So we have revenue stream number 2. And then we figured, hey, as long as we're mapping disc golf courses, why not map real golf courses? And there are a bunch of apps out there that do this kind of thing, but when we're talking about a bunch, we mean hundreds. And there are 28,000 actual golf courses, swimming and type golf courses. And so we talked to a couple of service providers who are already selling software to those kinds of folks, and they both, 2 folks we talked to, gave us verbal commitments that said, if we can follow through on the stuff that we said we could do, that they would actually use our technology in products that they have in the marketplace today. One of them is doing an app for University Ridge. They have a signed contract to do that app, and we're going to be the technology that drives the virtual caddy aspect of that app. So who's out there today trying to compete with us? Well, on the disc golf caddy side, nobody. That was my problem. That's why I came here. That and because I think it's awesome that Startup Week competed in Madison. Thank you. And on the golf side, like I said, there are hundreds of apps that are out there, but there are 28,000 golf courses that are underserved. And the reason is that it's extremely expensive to build and maintain mobile apps. So we've created an extremely efficient and inexpensive way to get the same thing done. And who did this? These really cool people over there, I love them. So we have some really great programmers who built this entire thing this weekend from scratch. We had the idea for it, but we had no code, nothing. And our marketing people and our biz dev people came together to hook us up with some great social media. We got picked up by Lackey and Joy in Milwaukee, which is a huge disc golf retailer, and they posted us to their Facebook page, and they posted us to a bunch of other pages. And our biz dev guys went and did all the validation saying, will disc golfers actually pay for this? Yes. Will the local businesses sponsor it? Yes. And then we went and we got 2 verbal commitments. Hopefully we'll turn those into signed contracts all this weekend. These guys rock. So where are we going to take this? We're going to take this to, we looked at all the numbers, we added them up, we did the projections. Yeah, we know what 5-year projections are when you're a startup, but we really did try to be conservative. We think that by the end of 2013, we can have $140,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And we're going to do that by finishing version 1 of the platform. And we're going to do that by May 21st to meet the demands of our existing semi-commitments. Where are we right now? Functional prototype. These guys built the platform and put together a prototype app this weekend. You can go to the iTunes store if you have an iPhone. You can download a program called MI Viewer. You can log in with the username and password, which is username and password, capital U, capital P, and you can actually go map yourself through 5 holes over at Elbert Park right now. It is a prototype, so
there will be bugs.
So what do we got? We've got a great team that has validated the market, they've validated the users, they've validated everything. It's awesome. They built the product. We made everything beautiful with our awesome designer. And what we need is connections to the marketplace. We need market channel connections and capital. smart folks who want to invest in an idea that by the end of 2013 should be about a $2 million company.
So I might have missed it in there. So this is a map of the courses, or what is
Yeah. So the app itself, and got iDevice, you can download it or you can check this out later. Well, it actually tells you where the courses are around you, so you can find courses in your neighborhood. It will then take you there. When you get there, it'll actually show you where the holes are. It'll show you the landscape. It'll show you how far you are from the hole, so that you can get an idea as to which disc you use. Disc golf is all kinds of discs. And if you're lost in the woods, it'll show you how to get back out.
You said you had your prototype in the App Store already.
Yeah.
How did you get past the approval process over the course of the weekend? And also,
so I had a day job.
Where does the data come from? Basically, where are you getting all the data from?
So we digitized Elver Park yesterday in the rain. We're going to try to look at smarter ways to do that so we can be more efficient. But basically, you can just sit on Google Maps and point at spots on a golf course. It takes about an hour to do an entire course. Right now, you can get smarter.
But what is your plan going forward on something like content like this donation?
Right. So in the short term, we're basically going to put out this golf caddy, and we're going to focus everything on that, basically the building and all that kind of thing over the course of the summer. And then we're going to start really locally and then slowly spread it. And actually, we're going to watch where people are using it. And one of the things that we're going to build in is the ability to map your own course. So if you're out and your course isn't mapped, you can map it yourself, and then we can come in and do overlays and say, oh, these people are using this course, so let's make it pretty and awesome.
So I understand that the revenue model is going to be affiliate networks for advertising to nearby businesses, but have you guys taken into consideration how much work that's going to be in order to get those businesses online in order to actually make money from them?
Absolutely. One of the things we want to do is incentivize the people who are actually going to the disc golf course to go to their local retailers and suggest that they do it. So one of the things we'll do is actually have kind of an incentive plan where you can get additional features if your local golf course is sponsored, and one of those things might be to give money back into a local charity.
You mentioned that there's a lot of golf courses out there also that are doing this, and that the reason for that is because it's expensive to maintain all of this stuff. How is it so too expensive for them but not too expensive for you?
Right, so scale is a big thing. These golf courses that have apps right now are really getting them done in a one-off manner. So one by one, and one of the huge problems is that they're being done in absolute native code. $150 an hour, takes months to do. You're looking at $25,000 to $50,000 app. If you're Geneva National down here, that's fine. They've got their app, and they don't have it for Android, so they obviously already moved their entire budget. But
can you describe in one sentence how this is a platform versus just an app? Like, tell me a little bit about what the platform is.
Right, so everything that powers the app is the platform. We've built an API to power everything that makes this thing actually do what it does, and we're capturing stats in the back end. So there's actually a lot of potential future products that we can spin out of this. But to do one app is nothing. To take the API and then multiply it against 28,000 apps. You can do the same. It really is.
Thanks.